Hey everybody, I'd like to welcome y'all to my reptile room. I'm gonna start off, I guess, with my green iguana. He's about a year and a half, and I got him at about 5 months old, and he's actually pretty cool. And his setup, okay, we have over that corner, kind of for decoration. Make him feel more comfortable. I use Reptile chips bark at the bottom. It'll be nice to see it. We'll open it to see a little bit more. He's gonna be mad about this camera. And he do allow me to pick him up. I work with him enough since I got him. We have learned trust and respect about each other. So let's see if we can see Zilla. Hey Zilla. Okay. And he's getting beautiful. I wish his tail didn't fall off last summer when I was still a rookie. I had him outside. Didn't know that he would be that frightened. He would go down my hands and dropped a piece of his tail. Not all of it, half of it right there. But it still hangs down, look. And this enclosure, I think I measured it yesterday, is 36 inches at the top. By 42 inches going up and down. Under there is a water tank. And I need to change that out, so I'm not going to even film that corner right there. Excuse me for that. Under there is a water tank. It's an old oil can. He can swim in there, moisturize himself. Plus, my plan was, but I'm going to try to put, I think I'm going to put a heat tank under it. A heat mat rather than under it. So that it could send more steam up high. And I'm going to get one of those turtle lamps. But this red heat lamp, he loves it. Also, I had another problem with other zoo mad, the regular lights shattering on him because think about it, have to be very moist. The iguanas do, if you scare them a little bit too much, they will try to climb up there. So right now I put this screen up here to keep him because he used to hang on top of the lamps when I brought my dog back here from my kid's mom house. It's my daughter's dog. And Gypsy's just roaming around probably looking for snacks herself. Yeah, we're gonna stop and look at her. Look, she's so cute. She's a petite Brissette's, a Belgian Brussels petite and pug. It was to debreed some of the overbreedingness of the pug dog itself. House plants. Sorry about the brightness. Over here in this tank, we have a betta fish and a minnow. I think minnow, guppy. I thought it was a guppy that I bought from just PetSmart. They're really feeder fish. But look how big he got, if you can see him. He's pretty freaking big. They're about to come up. I'm about to feed them. So that's why we're at the tank. About to feed them. Now, it really works out cool because he eat bloodworms off the top, the betta fish. If you can see him. The betta fish eats off the top. And I hope this don't come out too dull right now. And the other fish eats off the bottom. I put a snail in there the other day, and the fish from the bottom was attacking the snail. Yeah, he was attacking away. Here he comes. And, you know, fish get to know you, which is pretty cool. They really do. Well, I was probably wondering what the hell this camera is, but they normally come out in the open when I'm around now. But yeah, people be surprised at male betta fish. What happened was I had 5 of those little minnows in there, so they stuck together as a team. And they held down one side of the tank, and the betta fish held down the other side of the tank. He was on this thing, but they was vice versa on that side. And the fake grass was on this side. And in the middle was neutral ground. And, you know, all the other little fish would be on this side, hanging out, swarming around bottom. The betta fish will go behind the filter and the grass now. Because he still feel that's his side of the tank. Okay. Nice plants I'm working on now. This is midwinter. This is 2000. 19, and we're in March 1st. So it's about that time. This is my iguana's playhouse. You get to run around and enjoy that. The Savannah monitor, which we're going to go to next, and that's biggest, he goes back here and climbs under there. We can peek out here, look at the dog, run back between here, between the pot plants. Sometimes I'll put him up the tree to make him exercise. Because Savannah monitor is I'm working on his adult cage as we speak. And he's about 8 months now, and he has just taken off. I think about close to 8 months. He was 1 month literally when I got him. And this is his tank. He has in the background for now foam. Look like the African area where they go and climb and get birds, go in birds' nests and eat the eggs. That's his cool hide underneath that. When he was younger, he used to burrow more. He has enough area to burrow. Now, I'm gonna move his rock to show him, but I ain't picking him up because he see this camera and I don't think he's gonna be happy. He's still young. And I do want to show him. Okay. Let's see if he'll let me pick him up. You can tell he's not happy, but I also work with him. And people thinking about getting Savannah monitors, better be careful because they are not as nice as I've heard. When people talk about iguanas a lot, let me tell you, Savannah monitors, if they do bite onto your fingers, they're taking off fingers. Okay. When they get older, they have to eat flesh. No. Okay. Look, his fat self in his head blew up. So now he's stuck. Let me pause this while I get him out. Okay, so we got Nips out. Like I said, Savannah monitor. They are intelligent as I heard. Ooh, them nails are getting sharper as he's getting older. But look at him. He's about to eat boiled eggs today in about 30 minutes. And he lost his boiled eggs. I put him over here. I put his top back on so I don't scare him any more than he's already scared. I do handle him, but like I say, he gets a little scared. He's still a baby. You know, they live probably, 15 years. So 8 months is still a baby. But he's a big baby, and he's a boy. The iguana's also a boy. I have all boys except one, and I'll show you that one later. Okay, next, we're going to look at this tank. Okay. And now this is a 20-gallon long. I'm at a normal 20-gallon, not long. It's long up high. I like my snakes to have room to go up high to try to find their way out. You can see the dog in the background. But yeah, one side is covered so he don't intimidate the other animals. Heater. Okay. His dome hide right here. His cool hide is this whole area right here. Okay. That's his cool hide right there. Water dish, of course. And they're soaking that too. Oh, feed him rock. Feed him rock. He knows that's where he get fed. He also knows that I have to pick him up first before he could even feed. So right now, me even going in here, he's not gonna bite me. Never. Because the routine that we have is he comes out before he gets fed. Okay. I'm gonna take off Slither's top. The Savannah monitor name is Nips because he used to nip away when he was younger. I'm at nip away. This is my first snake. Okay, African royal python. Well, he was hissing a little bit. He's mad. He heard me moving his tank too much, probably messing with the other animals. But he ain't gonna stay balled up long. He's so curious. He's so curious. Watch him start moving. Uh-oh. Maybe not because I'm moving him around. He's a year old. Look at him. I told you. He's curious. Never miss a meal. I fed him mice for the first year. It's no rush to overfeed him. They're growing time. He's only one. Now he's eating small and medium rats. He's 3 feet tall. Let's see if we can get him to unbuckle, which he will. Because like I said, he loves to roam around. And plus he feels that that's feeding day. Anytime I hold him, he think that he's going to get a meal after he goes back in his tank. He's a foot long. Nice girth. Mind you, he's only 1 year. And he used to be, when he came out, he was completely gold. Now he's like Harper. But his white don't go up past the sides. And the lesser's at the bottom. And he looks even more beautiful in person. Even more beautiful in person. Trust me, he does. Look, his white stops halfway through. The entire snake. His body stops halfway through of the white. No white above, halfway. None at top. So he is a normal, but and he's a boy. 1 year old and 3 feet already, which is awesome. And he's slim because he is a boy. But actually, he's pretty girthy. Look, he's starting there taking up my whole hand. And he's not really in flop move. He's in wiggle moving move. So he's taking up my whole hand. And he's going to be mad to go back. Because he liked to explore. This is my royal python, Slithers. Let's see what the boss monitor doing. He's down there posted, just chilling. Okay, and I want to get him a better water dish. Wait until he get a bigger tank. I'm going to put a cat litter box in there for him. With dog water and gravel at the bottom. So I can clean out his poop easy. Look at Slithers. Oh, it's so awesome. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, he's about to spread out. I'm thinking he's going to eat. So we can see most of his size now. Oh, it's not showing his head good. But, yeah. No, it's not going to show his head good. I love that snake. Friendly, docile, smart. Very smart. Not shy of meals. And I bought him from PetSmart. And people make fun of me on the Reptile group. I paid $70 for him. $70 for Slithers. But like I said, he was more gold. So I thought he was pastel. You know, I think one of his, and they make them, they call them like special morphs, basically. Oh, he's drinking water. They call them special morphs because one of their parents will be like a banana or a pastel or a clown. And since one of their parents is that, they charge more money for them. You know, if people ever wondered about why they do that. So they think they're special because they're going to be able, their genetics is half, you know, half of them come out like this. And they charge the same amount for this one as a real pastel or a clown or a banana. Because one of his parents, you know, was either probably a lesser pastel or a pastel, but one of them was a normal, which made him just a nice looking snake. Probably only half of them come out from how genetics is done. Okay, next we're getting to. This is a 10-gallon. This is Dr. Wiggles' tank. Okay. And I got that like a Native American teepee home, or you know, where they would dig into the mountain, which is pretty cool. And he's a ghost, but actually I did some more research and found out that ghost, and this is his cool hide. This is where his heat mat is, under there. I think he's on his cool side. He like his cool side. It's still spring, just winter, so it's not hot enough for him to, you know, he still eats too. He don't miss a meal since I got him. And I always pick up my snakes first. I tell people, When you bind a snake, a lizard you can break. A snake is gonna be who he is. If he is mean, not is scared, he's gonna run like this. But if he's mean, he's gonna hiss and bite and everything else. And it was a pink and white one that was beautiful. I loved. And it was this one. And I went to pick up both, and the other one was wiggling his tail and hissing. It was too young and scared to bite. They were babies. You could tell he's still super young. And he's now on fuzzy mice. And he's 3 months now and already on fuzzies. You know, I fed him pinky mice for the first 3 months, and now the last 2 weeks, no, 3 weeks, because even with my ball python, I feed him a mouse, rat, mouse, rat. I feed him fuzzy now, pinky fuzzy, so that they digest quick, not overfeed, and can burn off half the energy. Like I said, they grow when it's their time to grow. My iguana tank is still open. The dog knows not to go over there. Look at him. Got his toys. Her toys. That's Gypsy. I would have named her Ruffy. This is Dr. Wiggles. Okay. The Great Plains rat snake, also known as a ghost, also known as a ghost corn snake. Great Plains rat snake. I love their heads and that they don't musk. I couldn't do the other American snakes, the milk snakes or the garter snakes, because they musk. I ain't with that. But this is part of my America's Finest collection. I got my African Bambata collection because I'm, half black, and then I got my American Finest collection. No, okay. Next, we'll let him go back and rest. He's gonna think he's getting a meal. His feeding day is until probably tomorrow or the next day, depending how much he moves out tonight. I'll watch him tonight when it get dark. How much he comes out, let me know. Okay, this one I use only this light, and it let off a little bit of heat, but not too bad. And every other day I give it UVB. I switch with these two lights, the heat light and the UVB, with this lizard in this one, because they don't like a lot of heat. But, in the summer with 80 degrees, they do fine. I experiment with it myself. They're still a lizard. They like to still thermoregulate, but they do like it cooler and hot. And this right here, before I want to show his enclosure. And I used to have all real plants in there. But what happened was I had to take it out. I had too many gannettes reproducing in it. Biting my poor lizards. They go into other tanks too because of the humidity in here. And this is half of his side is took off too. He's in a 10-gallon. This is my crested gecko. I think they call him Dalmatian morphs. He can hide in here too. He loves that he can hide in there. Right now he's looking at us. He's like, I see you, but you can't see me. But he'll run right up. Come on, I can hold him by his tail. He ain't dropping his tail. He's not scared of me enough. Okay, but he did poop this time. They don't like this camera. Okay, so this is my Dalmatian 1-year-old crested gecko. Come on, Sticky. It's okay, Sticky. He want to run on my arm too. Let's move him away from his tank. This is my Dalmatian 1-year-old crested gecko. And he's pretty friendly. As he's friendly, he could get agitated and bite sometimes. Not too much though, because he's friendly. I think all of them actually can bite. My iguana don't bite too much, but he's starting to open his mouth that he's hitting puberty. He's looking. He's like, you ain't touched all on me. I'll lick it off. Yeah, this is My crested gecko, eyelash gecko, also known for. And he's a boy. He's a beauty. He's definitely a boy. And he's definitely a beauty. All right, buddy, go home. Go ahead, go home. Go. Okay, so let me just make it crowded. He's fine with that. Yeah, really just leave it like that. And he take off quick, so ain't no more looking at him. They don't like to really be seen, especially it's daytime. It's noon. Actually, I can see him a little bit, but okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this right here is Scooby-Doo. Where are you? Oh, the crested gecko name is Sticky, by the way. This is Scooby-Doo. Where are you? My American Green, I know. Part of the American Finest collection. He's a boy. He's a year old. So he just started hitting out his dewlap. Which is awesome. Man, I'm going to get him a girl so he can just stay popping out that dewlap. Bloop, bloop, bloop. With my local pet store and I'm about to put him also in one of those Zoo Mad tanks that I can have the soil at the bottom with a little bit of water, make it look more Florida-ish. But he do got his plants and his vines in there. It's a little cloudy. I should have cleaned it, but I just missed it. That's that African bark wood that don't deteriorate, get moldy. And it stand the test of time. A rock with some a pine cone with some weeds around it to hold it up for the crickets to hide at. And I put food under there for the crickets so that they don't bite them until he eat them, because he'll only eat 2 to 3 a day. Good day 3, normal day 2, mealworms as well, so that they hide under there and not bother him while he's sleeping and bite him or something. His water dish with a plant in front of it, so when he want to go get water, he feel hidden, and he is. I love that he changed colors. Look, he took off on us. Okay, let's get Scooby-Doo out. Okay, so just a closer look at Scooby-Doo. My green and all. And actually, if I held him out for like 3 minutes, I love it. He'll turn green because he know he's caught. So he's I'm caught. Let me turn green. But he's brown. Some people think it's brown when they're angry. No, they're brown to absorb heat. To absorb more heat, they'll turn brown. Okay, and that's fact. Sometimes in his tank he will turn green up when he got enough heat and UVB, but like I said, it's early in the day. Their lights just came on. I keep my winter solstice as a winter solstice. I change the lights with how the light is outside today, tomorrow, however it be. When the light change outside, that's when I change their light. Okay, Scooby-Doo just bounced. He just went over his tank and behind the iguana tank. I don't have time to deal with Scooby-Doo right now, so we're going to move on. I'll get him in a second. He'll hang out. As long as he don't go on Mr. Savannah's tank. Those Savannah monitors, it's his feeding day. He will grub. Last one. So Scooby-Doo, where are you, has disappeared to say, where are you? Okay, this is my first lizard. This is my baby. She's in a 10-gallon too. Some people say a 20-gallon for a leopard gecko. Let me tell you, I didn't read my research. I got 20 gallons. I got an extra one. The crickets and mealworms would be too far apart. So food catching, they're ambush predators. In the wild, they stay in their mountains, in their mountain cave, wait for the bug to come to them. They store fats in their tail. So like if they eat a pinky mouse or something, or some younger mouse in the wild, they're gonna store that, or a mothworm, the green hornworms, which I get them from my garden outside. Oh, they love them. I had a bearded dragon, and he loved it too. But this is Getty that eats spaghetti as he sucked down superworms, mealworms, waxworms, It's another type too. I can't think of it at the time. Wax worms. See how the cricket's in there? And I've been in there for a few days. But they got the food right next to it so that they don't bite on my damn poor lizard. Now, so Gaddy's not even in his hide today, in his hide, which she's been in brumation a lot. And Gaddy is over here today, in the cool side. And that's her calcium powder, and then her water will go over there normally. Let's get a view of Gaddy and her environment. And she normally have perfect sheds. I don't know why she left that tiny piece on her nose. Look at the feet, perfect shed. Because it is a mountain creep, and I can mist it when it's time for shed. But I can't believe I don't put moss in. There's no, not a lot of moss. Well, it might be in the mountains. So yeah, a little bit of moss and mildew in the tank. But they like it hot and dry. So if I'm thinking they're from a desert, not necessarily. They're up in the mountains, so it's desert. They might get a little bit of breeze and sometimes even cold days if you really think about it. Up in the mountains, if they build their houses, a lot of times in the mountains. During mating season, they come to the ground to mate. People in Afghanistan see these all the time in the mountains, mating and walking around them. In Iraq and Afghanistan, they see them roaming around. Look, the guy's looking for females. So Gaddy Spaghetti, she's 2.5 years old. First lizard that started it all. That's my baby. She fully just came out of brumation. So and she's looking good right now. Look at that weight. Because mind you, a few weeks ago, I had to feed her 2 pinky mice within the last month. And she actually didn't really care too much for crickets, but ate enough just to survive. But to get her back ready for spring, her spring weight, I had to give her a lot of superworms. And she actually went in on them on Monday when I fed all the lizards superworms to change it up. I'll be glad when it's spring because my Savannah monitors like normal worms too. It's part literally of their diet, especially when they're young. Not only crickets and lava worms. So I can't wait for Walmart to have wax worms, butter worms. That's the other one that Gaddy like. Butter worms, wax worms, and normal worms. And then when it's warm enough for me to get some night crawlers, keep them fresh myself. Look at Gaddy hiding. See, she's hiding in her mountain creeps. Just let me take off on these guys. I don't know what they want. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I'm hitting close to 30 minutes. That's Gaddy Spaghetti. Once again, the one that then took off on me is Scooby-Doo, where are you? My green iguana is Godzilla. He's a boy. And God mean power, honestly. Literally, it transferred to that. Because Yah is God, but God is power. If you're talking about the creator, it's Allah and Yah. Yahweh. But Godzilla here, so it's not blasphemy. Oh, there go his humidity thing too. Okay, Zilla, see, he's like, hey, I can't believe you touched me, dude. He's like, I really don't want you touching me right now with that thing in your hands, but that's to show you that he's a year and a half, and he's just coming out of mating his season. He was so sexually frustrated. He really was. A little piece of shit. He was sexually frustrated. I felt so bad for him. He was escaping out his tank and running around the living room, all crazy, brewmating in the kitchen on top of my dirt bike. Yeah. And it's not the problem with the tank. I put this here because the dog would go in there and steal his greens and his fruit. My dog loves fruit. So I put this in, right there. That wood there to keep him in there. Alright, I hope everybody enjoyed my reptile room of early, almost spring, March of 2019. I am getting doubles. I don't want no more enclosures because I got to build this big Savannah monitor. I'm building it 6 foot long. Okay, that's a large tank. Take up a lot of room against this wall right here. One more thing. My snail and my other feeder fish. Like I like little feeder fish. You know, some people don't appreciate the finer things in life. Look at my snail moving at the bottom. I bet you he's gonna go in his tank, which is cool. I got a little snail. I could put him in a big tank to eat all the algae out of there because he was getting bullied and bumped all around when he came out of his shell. My little minnow in there. You know, you see the betta fish stays at the top, so the betta fish don't bother him. You know, the little minnow be at the bottom, post it. You know, yeah. And this is a betta fish tank. And I'm like, come on, man. Like when I found out betta fish is supposed to have a heater, you know, a filter, and their water changed a lot, and more room than they get. I was like, man, I gotta change it to a 10-gallon, you know. So I bought one of these little tiny fish that really stay tiny, don't even supposed to live long. They're feeder fish. They're going here, and with the snail. And I might put one of them. Put a little crate on the top and put a African door frog in there too, and let him swim around in there and hop around too. But I got 2 more things that I want to buy. So look forward to it. And the enclosure is gonna be gorgeous. And I'm upgrading that one. That one, the snake slithers is going in there. Okay. I'm doing some more stuff to this one because you can see I painted it the first primer paint, but I never finished painting it. And I didn't paint nothing in the inside. Which I still want to do it light colors and put some type of like silver hiding behind this strip here to reflect more light. Okay, but it gets 90, 95 degrees in there. The Savannah monitor Nibs tank gets about 130 on that heat rock right there. And you can see it's a tunnel, 2 sides, 1, 2, and then 1 on top. On top of there, get 130. So he regulates from maybe 100 degrees, 90 degrees, 130 degrees when he first eats to different places, depending on how much heat and he want to take in. He can change his heat. In the daytime, he do not sleep, and then at nighttime, it goes to 75 to 77, depending on how cold it is outside. The snake got this. I can't wait to get Slithers back in this bigger tank so he can finish growing and getting super back huge, which I used to have him in there. And he was a little thing, so he'll grow huge because now he has reached 3 feet, and that's 24 inches across and a foot back. So that tank is at 3 feet exactly. That meaning when the snake is length times width, I mean that's how big they could be in that tank until. So it's literally time to put him back into this 30-gallon. And he ain't gonna get 30. This 30-gallon instead of the 20-gallon going to the 30-gallon. Because he ain't gonna get 30 inches plus another foot, 3.5 feet as a male would be like his top length. If he's gonna grow another half a foot, you know what I mean? 42 inches. If he get 42 inches, that'd be awesome as a ball python. And Dr. Wiggles is going to eventually go into the 20-gallon. And because I like my reptile stand, so I'm not bringing out the other 20-gallon to put it on here. I used to have it on here, one, but this is where the Savannah monitor gonna be. But since Dr. Wiggles is leaving out of there, going in there, I want to get another surprise animals. So stay tuned. All right, thanks for watching my video. If you like this, subscribe. I'm gonna get this going. And you see new plants and stuff I can put in there and give feedback on, some hints on how to tame larger monitors and large iguanas. You seen me put my hand in there after breeding season. You know, like a lot of people are scared to touch the iguana. And it's methods that I use that I learned on my own to deal with him to keep them from biting me. And I can teach people. And also, like a lot of people don't know, you got a iguana tank. You need to have a water thing, because in a while, just like a Chinese water dragon would dive into water, but that's what iguana do too. They dive into water to hide. So you have to have a water dish underneath them where they can hurry up and get into. I think he's ready to eat now. I'll let him go in peace, and I need to feed my Savannah monitor. Like and subscribe, and look forward to more videos that will be coming with a few more reptiles, amphibians, and the way I do it when I build a stand up here for a few more that I got a surprise that I plan on getting. Thank you.